What if I told you that a deck of cards could make you a better photographer in just 1 year? Let's see what I mean. And yes, this is a deck of Leica Academy cards.
This video is graded with Dehancer film emulation.
As you saw, my luck today is Monochrome Silhouettes. So I have my Leica CL loaded with Fomapan 400 and I'm taking my light meter and I'll go out and I'll try to make a couple of silhouettes. The weather is not that great, but I'll have to work with what I have. Let's quickly check what the card reads. Shoot your subject against a bright backlight. In daylight, place the subject in shadow. Expose for the background and set a large aperture. Try to find a strong motif and aim for an uncluttered background to make your image stand out. Let's go do this. The first thing that I'm gonna try here is use this hole and make something interesting with it. The next thing I'm gonna try is to use this bridge somehow. I'll check the situation. They're making a new road here and I'll see if there's anything interesting that could make a decent silhouette or something like that. Unfortunately, there's nothing interesting that could make a good silhouette. Okay, so this is a bit of a cliche, but I have no other choices. And the funny thing about my rangefinder is that it has frame lines only for 50 and 40 millimeters, and I'm using a 32 millimeter lens, so in my guesstimations I'm just using the whole viewfinder. And yet another cliche, but I'll take a picture of this electricity pole and the tree behind it with the same setting. If I can make a vertical one. Okay, let's check if we have something else. Yeah, nothing special. But the idea is just to show how the cards are working. I've made the shots that you just saw in order to have some photography in the episode and not just me talking all the time. And before we go back to the deck, I would like to say that Leica doesn't have any idea about my existence except for my registration of the SL camera. But this video is not sponsored, it's just my thoughts and feelings about the Leica cards. In general, Leica didn't come up with some brilliant photography task ideas, but what's brilliant about their cards is that they've come up with a system to implement all the things that we've already seen and heard about. Let's take a look at the cards. We have clubs for landscape, diamonds for street, spades for monochrome and hearts for classic, plus 2 jokers with special tasks. And you can imagine that we can mix tasks from landscape with monochrome or street with monochrome or probably street landscapes and use classic to finish the mixture, and we can create a lot of different stuff. And for example, I have street story in one image and I can mix it with landscape and it's golden hour. So without putting exactly what's written in the cards, we can mix the themes, but if we read the cards, we can complete the exact task. And for me, this is very fun and very genius idea, because think about it, how often we fall in the tracks of our own style, in our cozy places as an artist, and how often we challenge ourselves. Because if you're like me, I always find an excuse. The light is not right, I don't have the right lens, or my film is not good for that task, and I always fall back in my comfort zone and I escape the task that is challenging me as an artist. But if I draw a card, I have time to prepare, to think about the task, and if I dedicate a whole week to this task, I have 52 cards and 52 weeks. So in 1 year, if I practice each of these techniques and make all the challenges from the deck, I think I'll be a better artist. Because funny fact is that after I finished the challenge in the beginning of the episode, I went to Spain and there was a beautiful evening and the light was low, there was open square, and I decided to use the silhouette technique. And right when I was ready to make a shot, a cyclist came into the frame. So everything just came up together, but in my commercial world, this is not a technique that I'm going to use because I want everything to be perfectly lit. But because of the task in the beginning of the episode, my brain was kind of conditioned to accept that you can work in this manner as well. So I think that if I make all the tasks in this deck for 1 year, I'll become a better photographer in general, not only in the artistic manner of the photography, but probably in my work as well. So I'll continue to explore and I will try to develop myself as an artist with this deck. So thanks for watching, like, comment, and feel free to explore the world and your artistic expression. I'll draw a card for you. So now go create and have some fun. Bye. I'll try to shuffle like that. Monochrome, low key. Nice one.